Alright, in this video we're going to talk about how to hook up the GFCI outlet. Here's a GFCI outlet right here. Ooh, got it upside down. It's got all the same components as a regular outlet as far as the terminals where you hook up the screws, where you hook up the wires. A regular outlet, the blacks go on the right side. Well, they go on the right side over here. The neutrals go on the left. They do here too. The ground screw, it's on the bottom. See, there's the ground screw, and there's the ground screw there. So there's 5 terminals, and all the wires go in the same place. Now, you'll notice this has push buttons, and this one doesn't. The GFCI measures the current, and when it detects a slight difference between the current going out and the current coming back in, it shuts off immediately, and that protects you from getting shocked. Okay. In this project, we're going to put the GFCI first, and we're going to put our duplex outlet second. And that way we can test them and see what we got. Alright, now, I've said before that it doesn't matter on this kind of an outlet if you put which screw you put the white on and which screw you put the black on, as long as the little tabs are in place. But that's not true at all with the GFCI. And a GFCI, you have got to put them on the proper spots. On the back, it's got the word line, and there's the word load up here. The incoming power goes on line. The outgoing switch, the protected outlets, are going to come out of the load end. So, anyway, let's get started with this. I think I'm going to elect to go ahead and hook up the ground screw, if that will work. Let's see if that's going to work in there. Yeah, that's going to fit. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I don't have in place of a jumper, I'm going to do what I've done in the last video and just simply tie the 2 grounds together here. I'm just going to twist them together real good so that they make a good contact and they don't come disconnected. And now I've got kind of a jumper without having to have another jumper wire. I'm going to go ahead, and this is what you call backstabbing, and it's got holes in the back. So rather than wrapping the wires around the screws, we're just going to stick them in the holes, and you tighten the screw down. There's a little clamping mechanism in there that clamps down the wire. So that one went in. I don't know if you could hear that kind of make a click, but it did. And we'll tighten this down. All right, now that ground's connected. It's also connected over here. That ground wire there comes back, connects, and comes on out. So my ground's connected. All right, now, let's see. These are the incoming power. I'm going to move these out of the way. Sometimes it helps just to slide stuff out of the way. Keeps you from getting confused. Okay, now, my hot's going to go on the right side. My neutral's going to go on the left. All you got to do is hook them up. This is what you call backstabbing. I'm going to put these in here. When I put this in, I don't want any extra wire coming out the back like this. I need it to go all the way in. Then we'll take my screwdriver and tighten this down. Now some people get a little bit anxious and they want to wrap the wire around the screw, and they pull that screw all the way out. And let me tell you, that's a mistake, because there's a mechanism down here, a clamping mechanism. And once you get that screw out, it's dang near impossible to get it back in. You may have to jiggle these screws, these outlets a little bit when you're backstabbing it. Alright, that's our incoming power is hooked up. It's hooked up the bottom screws. I don't know if you can see that, but it's hooked up on the bottom screws, and that's where it should be. Now we got to do the same thing with the outgoing. I'm going to put the oh, that came loose. Let me do the black first. Put the black in first. Okay. I'm going to put the white in next. Okay, that's hooked up. Now we've got to be careful when you stuff it. Don't just shove it. Like I said before, this is where stuff gets disconnected. So push carefully Okay. All right, that was a little loose, but that'll work. Okay, now, nothing, no great mystery here. The hots go on the right, the whites go here on the left, the ground goes here. Really, you've got hots and you've got neutrals, and you've got two flavors of neutrals, a white and then the backup neutral, which is your ground. Doesn't matter which order you hook these up in. I'm just going to pick the black one because that's the one my hand hit, so I'll just do the black one first. It goes on the right side. Doesn't matter which screw I use, as long as the little tab is in between the screws and that's in place. All right. Hook him right in here. Careful with stuffing these back down in here. Give me a screw, put it in here. Another one right here. And we'll test these, and if we've done our job right, we'll put a tester in the other one, in this GFCI, and trip it, and it should cut off power to this one as well. And then we'll take that same tester and put it over here in this outlet and trip it, and it should trip this one too. It should trip them both. So once it detects a fault in either this outlet or this outlet, it doesn't matter which one, it's going to trip the whole circuit. Okay, and that's the good thing about it. That saves you some money in that you don't have to have a GFCI in every outlet you want to protect. You just got to have one in the first one, because these are, I think I got these for $8, and that's pretty cheap. I was expecting to pay like 13. These are much cheaper. So this one outlet gives protection to this one and another one on down the line. All right, that's the GFCI outlet.